Audio mic test. Narinig ko na po. From 12 teams all over the country, we are now in the last 4 teams fighting for their spot in the podium. We are now down to what could be our last game day. So good afternoon, volleyball fans. This is Janine Sakal, and I will be patrolling the courtside today. In a few moments, we will have the Perpetual Lady Altas looking to pull an upset against the UST Golden Tigresses, eager to end their campaign with a win in their name. Later at 4 p.m., we have our exciting championship match between the Adamson Lady Falcons, who pulled an upset against the once unblemished DLSU Lady Spikers, who is looking to bounce back from last Wednesday. But before that, let's take a look at this video from Vision Express.
With the Department of Education to launch Vision for Education, a series of initiatives aimed at enhancing the visual health of students nationwide. We started this mission by offering free eye exam and eyeglasses during this year's Palarong Pambansa and Brigada Escuela. Our commitment to promoting eye care continues with exciting and meaningful activities ahead. Together, we'll make a difference for better vision and brighter futures.
Better vision and brighter future indeed with the help of Vision Express. Now, for those who are just tuning in, don't miss the volleyball action and make sure you are following us on all our social media pages that you can see on your screens right now. We are live on all Shakey Super League and Plus Network's social media pages, even on TikTok. For those who want to catch the games on TV, we are live on CNN Philippines, Signal Channel 10, Sky Cable Channel 14, and Channel 6 for those who live in Davao, Cebu, Bacolod, and Baguio. We are also available on cable TV through our longtime broadcast partner, Solar Sports on Sky Cable Channel 70 and Cable Link Channel 58. Still on cable TV, you can watch all the valuable action on Tap Sports on Sky Cable Channel 188 and Signal Channel 404. And like always, Shakey's Pizza is more enjoyable because all the games will be aired in all Shakey's branches. You can even get a dine-in discount when you present your SSL tickets, valid until tomorrow. Now, will it end today or will we extend this series? Let's all find out together as I turn you over to our panel, Rishi and Sheila.
That's the only question that remains. Thank you for that, Janine. And 2 weeks after the start of 2023 Shakey Super League, we have, of course, Angeline Poyos and the UST Golden Tigresses looking to lock up the bronze medal as they face Mary Rose Dapol and the Perpetual Lady Altas for our opening match in Game 2 of their own series for 2023 Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Magandang tanghali, volleyball fan Sheila Salaysay alongside Richie Cordero, of course. And Richie, well, and it's a Perpetual Lady Altas proving to be the contender as the only NCAA team na makapasok dito sa finals, while UST keeps soaring dahil we see them again appearance here sa ating season.
Well, of course, we know that these two teams have fought their way up, and now we can just expect like a full-blown performance coming from the league that they really gained a lot of experiences from.
Definitely yan nga ang ating makikita as again we discuss, the journey of these teams going into the finals. Nabanggit natin kanina 12 teams ang nagsimula dito mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao in the quarterfinals. The LSU winning over Jose Maria College Foundation of Davao, while UST won over Enderun Colleges. Adamson faced University of San Jose Recoletos of Cebu, and of course CSB went up against University of Perpetual Health System Delta for the quarterfinals.
Well, of course, dedication, commitment, and perseverance is what brought them to reach the finals with USD, only falling short once with their heart-stopping game against DLSU. And of course, on the other hand, we have Adamson University and Perpetual as well, where Adamson actually dominated that game. So let's see how they will bounce back in the second match for our finals game.
Definitely. Now, tingnan naman natin ang nangyari during the Game 1 finals. What did UST do dun sa laro na yon that happened August 9, wherein they defeated Perpetual 25-15, 25-22, 25-15.
It was a straight set win, but it definitely wasn't easy for UST, given that the exchange of excellence was shown by the Perpetual Lady Altases.
Pinupublikan natin, they had the grueling 5-set match against De La Salle University Lady Spikers. Ngayon, tinalo naman nila ng mabilisan itong Perpetual. At syempre, hindi naman magagawa yan ng UST if they don't have these key players that step up during that game. And I'm referring to Regina Jurado.
Well, of course, if we have one girl stepping up for all of the losses the Lady Tigresses have lost in the upcoming seasons, Regina Jurado is the person who is stepping up and really providing that scoring points.
Definitely in Game 1, she contributed 19 points. Well, that's 14 attacks and 5 services. Kaya naman kita natin how she is really delivering for Coach Kung Fu Reyes. On the other hand, syempre aside from UST, now we take a look at what happened during Game 1 of the Lady Altas. Ngayon nakita natin, even if they are able to reach itong laro na to, a lot of definitely players on this side step up. Nakita natin itong kanilang puntos, but still it's unpredictable how these girls will definitely display their talents and skills for Game 2 ngayong hapon na to. And definitely, if there is one lady that delivered, it's none other than Mary Rose Dapol, or rather, that's Okado for the Lady Altas. And in this game, it's actually, she was the scoring load for the Lady Altas, and the only question if she can be consistent in this game.
Well, of course, we have the highest pointer Dapol, but again, Okado was the one who stepped up for her squad, and let's see how she will perform in today's game now that she has another turn to bounce back.
Well, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan dito sa dalawang koponan natin, but let's turn it over to our venue announcer para masimulan na ang larong ito.
Led by their team captain, number 15, Razel Aldea. And first libero number 12, Marian Yanyananda. Their teammates, number 1, Mary Rose Dapol. Number 2, Bea Uy. Number 3, Winnie Bedanya. Number 4, Shaila Umipon. Number 6, Fian Ariola. Number 7, Cyril Alemaniana. Number 9, Charmaine Ocado. Number 10, Krisha Cordero. Number 11, Chris Milen Villar. Number 14, Charis Enrico. Number 16, Jasmine Minmin Sapin. And their second libero is number 17, Joanna Lozano. And now, here come the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses. Led by their team captain and first libero, number 4, Bernadette Dedet Pepito. And her teammates, number 1, Angeline Poyos. Number 6, Angeli Bacalso. Number 7, Karel Kakakaasi. Number 10, Saiza Gula. Number 11, Sofia Pia Abu. Number 13, Jonah Perdido. Number 16, Cassandra Cassie Carvalho. Number 17, Francine Osis. Number 18, Reg Jurado. Number 19, Mary Joy Coronado. Number 22, Angela Jackson. Number 23, Mary Beth Hilongo. And their second libero is number 5, Christabel Tan. Our officials for match number 21. First referee, Erwin Lu Cordero, national referee. Second referee, Philip Nunez, national referee. And now the starting lineups for both teams. Starting with the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses. Outside hitter, number 1, Angeline Poyos. Outside hitter, number 10, Saiza Gula. Middle blocker, number 11, Pia Abu. Number 16, setter, Cassie Carvalho. Number 18, opposite hitter, Reg Jurado. Middle blocker, number 19, May Coronado. And their starting libero is number 4, team captain, Dedet Pepito. Head coach for UST is Emilio Kung Fu Reyes. And now the starting lineup for the University of Perpetual Health System Delta Lady Altas. Led by team captain, middle blocker, number 15, Razel Aldea. Number 1, outside hitter, Mary Rose Dapol. Middle blocker, number 3, Winnie Bedanya. Outside hitter number 4, Shai Omipon. Number 6, setter Fifi Ariola. Opposite hitter number 9, Charm Okado. And their starting libero is number 12, Yanyan Anda. Head coach for the Lady Altas is Sandy Rieta.
From these two teams, starting off with the Golden Tigresses, Sofia Abu, Angeline Poyos, Cassie Carballo, Regina Jurado, Sai Sagula, Mary Jo Coronado, and Det Pepito, their starting libero. On the other side, we have Mary Rose Dapol, Charmaine Ocado, Razel Aldea, Winnie Bedanya, Fian Ariola, Shaila Umipon, and their first libero is Marian Tracy Andal. That's under Coach Sandy Rieta. As we begin the first set, and this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Pipito, ang unang next set. Giving to Poya, she's blocked, but that ball goes out. And that's the first point of Poyos for UST.
Good effort coming from Perpetual to block that point, but unfortunately that ball sailed out, given that the angle of the blocker's hands were a bit mistimed.
Steady setter. Good read in the middle by Pia Abu. Back-to-back points.
Great net presence and resiliency coming from the UST Golden Tigresses now that they have a 2-point lead.
A good start for the girls of Coach Kung Fu Reyes. From the opposite, nabasa yan ni Pepito to Angeline Poyos once again. Good pickup by Andal. Carballo with a combination play, and that will work this time. It's Reg Jurado delivering.
Not the strongest of hits, but successfully just found that hole in the wall for Perpetual.
Now the fast plays apparently works for UST this time. It's the Perpetual's version of combination play, pero nakuha yan. Still a good ball chance for UST. Solo block right there. Poyos once again down the line.
With a low set coming from Carballo, Poyos successfully found that spot in zone 1.
You can see the aggressiveness na pinapakita dito ng Lady Altas on their defense at the net. Pero pagdating naman kay Poyos, parang it's a challenge for her. Still scoring. Off the block, Carballo sending this one to Poyos. It's Omipon. Dug up by Sai Sagula. Once again, Regina Jurado from the opposite.
Again with a soft touch that luckily just got the hands of our Perpetual Lady Altases.
Parang alanganin yung setup dito, but good adjustment on the side of Regina Jurado. Mapapatawag ng timeout si Coach Sandy Rieta as UST is now up by 5 right here.
That was a pretty early timeout, but I guess it's Coach Sandy's time also to stop the momentum that UST is creating here in the Shakey Super League.
Exactly, kasi maganda naman yung pinapakita nila pagdating sa opensa at depensa. But hindi lang sila maka-execute ng maayos to get that point. We would like to thank Victory Liner, the official Shakey Super League National Invitationals transport providers. Jurado back at the service area. Oh, that's Carballo, rather. Aldea finally getting the first point for her team.
As a team captain, you want to be the first one to actually perform well and give the confidence to your players, and a spike like that will surely do that.
Good ball. Rado from the open, denied. Now from the opposite, it's Angeline Poyos operating.
Another great attack coming from Poyos. And you know what I'm noticing, Sheila, is that Perpetual is actually doing a great job reading it. It's just bringing the ball back to their setter. Pero nandun na sila eh.
That's the first service error for UST. At yung mga fast plays, combination plays ng UST, doon talaga sila nakakakuha ng advantage. Correct. Back-to-back errors.
Although even though UST is delivering a bit faster plays, faster tempos, of course, coming from our setter here, Cassie Carvalho, we see that Perpetual's also adjusting because they have been blocking some of UST's attacks as well.
Definitely. Almost a point, pero ibabalik ni Andal. Chance for the Golden Tigresses. Quick attack! And
The same spot coming from our UST Lady Tigresses, which seems to be the sweet spot for most of the points that they have accumulated in the first set.
Golden Tigresses having a 6-point lead as we head on to our first technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center for game 2. As you can see, Angeline Poyos, having 13 points in her performance. One of the most super rookie, again, as we can say, on the side of Coach Kung Fu Reyes.
Well, I was talking to Coach Kung Fu Reyes a while ago, and he really did say that they really focus on the programs, given that they can't recruit a lot of players. They really focus on developing new players.
That's correct. Pero para malaman pa natin more information on Angeline Poyos, let me turn over now to Janine.
Richie, you mentioned about the UST Golden Tigresses program, and to that we know that they have always been known to produce notable names in the volleyball scene, and often they all lose these names at the same time. And to that, Coach Kung Fu says, hindi nila kaya palitan ang mga pangalan na nawala, pero kaya nilang bumuo ng mga bagong pangalan na tatatak sa mga tao. And indeed, we see that in their homegrown talents who make instant impact the moment they are given their chance. Now back to you, Richie and Kayla. Richie and Sheila.
I like that report, Janine. And yes, no, nakita natin yung kagandahan ng programa ng UST nung unang season pa lang natin ng Shakey Super League. And that time, the Sai Zagula, of course, Gina Horado, definitely has shown, what rookies can do.
Well, I want to highlight what Coach Kung Fu said, yung hindi nila kaya palitan pero bumubuo sila ng bagong pangalan. It just shows that you give your players identity, and that's what gives them confidence to be, the best player they can be. But first, let's take a look at this play.
That's correct. Now, dagdagan mo pa yung tiwala ng coach sa mga players niya as Coronado, getting a point from that attack.
We're actually noticing that UST's faster plays, they can't really hold the ball yet properly, but they are producing so many points from those soft touches.
Yes. Yun ang medyo challenge on the side of Perpetual kasi
It's harder,
hindi nila mabasa. Service went over the line for UST. Mary Rose Dapol had 12 points in game 1 as another error No, Sai Sagula did deliver 10 points in game 1 against the Lady Altas. Off speed, nabasa ni Coronado yan. Poyos taking advantage of the regalo. Good effort on the side of the Lady Altas, but that's too strong at di na naibalik. You can see, the quick reaction of Angeline Poyos doon sa regalo na yon.
We have to give credit to the effort Perpetual is giving when it becomes their defensive line.
Back quick, basang-basa yan ng blockers ng UST. Carvalho goes to Poyos. Good effort, Omipon. Poyos once again, she is blocked and no coverage on the side of UST.
This time, Perpetual's blockings has become successful. Medyo nababasa na nila yung tempo na binibigay ng UST.
Nung nagsimula tong set na to, maganda na yung pinapakitang depensa sa net ng Lady Altas. Carvalho will set this one again to Poyos. But Dapol getting that one up. Carvalho to Coronado. Good read. Omipon down the line pero nandun si Gula. Excellent rally. And again, another soft touch from the back by Mary Rose Dapol.
Yeah, but this time coming from the Perpetual side, you know what I'm noticing, Sheila, is that Perpetual is having a bit of a hard time delivering it to the setter's box in front of the court. But you know what? It's no problem because they are delivering points now coming from wherever they are set up.
Yun yung magugustuhan mo rin, how they communicate. Pero mas magugustuhan ng UST fans yung atake na ginawa ni Angeline Poyos.
Na mabilis din bumawi itong si Poyos. She knew that she was already being read now that she's in the front line. But she adjusted very well in that attack.
Exactly. 13 serving 7. Omipon from the middle.
Exactly what we were saying, Sheila. If they are given a ball that's easy to give to their setter, the setter can produce faster plays, especially like combination plays like this. They have to give the same energy UST is giving to them right now.
At syempre hindi dapat mapahirapan yung setter dahil mas madali sa kanilang makagawa ng play. Pag madali for the setter to put that up as Omipon commits another error while hitting that down the line.
Miscalculation for the arm. She was trying to get that zone 1 ball.
We would like to thank Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Combination play, Omipon seeing, that hole on the court of UST.
Another combination play here coming from Perpetual. Let's see that once again. And you see her really, sumisilip siya when she was already above the net and she found that spot where no UST player was guarding it.
Yeah, that's what you like about this, rookies per se. Pag naglaro, akala mo mga veterano na. As another block point earned by Perpetual.
I like how you mentioned rookies because Shaila Omipon, she is one of the younger players. We saw her rookie year in the Shakey Super League last year, and she was one of the star players who actually contributed points, and she has been consistent all throughout.
As a disconnection right there on the side of UST, Piabu committing an error. Timeout called. But this timeout is presented by Eurotel, the official
Huwag mo na ibalik sa kanya. Wala na siyang
Invitationals.
Right blocker mo. Diretso mo dun sa kabila.
Still,
Kaya, konting naman. Puro sorry na lang ang ginagawa mo sa loob.
And
Trabawin
for
niyo
the
kaya.
Lady Altas, they are
Sayang
able
yung pinaghihirapan niyo sa ensayo. Dito lang. Pag nag-error ka dyan, score na score. Pag pumalo ka ng maayos, i-score tayo. Wala na yung kasunod na bola para itama. Hindi, wala na tayo sa ensayo. Huwag na kayong magtipid. Trabahuin nyo na yan.
UST. Good first ball by Pepito. What a comeback for Pia Abu.
Very easy volleyball play. We saw right there a great first ball, a perfect setup, and a quick play coming from Abu. And, you know, ang bilis niya bumawi because before the timeout, it was actually her who committed the mistake. And that's what we need.
At bumagtag yung puntos na yon mula sa block. Again, courtesy of Pia Abu. Second technical timeout. Lamang pa din dito ang UST 16-11.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
Get a chance to be one of the 3 winners of tickets for 2 for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. Scan the Mineski/QR code and try our online scratch and win. Online winners will need to present their /registration passport together with one ID for verification at the venue entrance for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. So heading into yung second technical timeout natin, hindi pa nakakausad dito ang Lady Altas. But as I say that, they get the point na binigay naman ng UST from the error.
You know what, given their last game, you don't want to give the confidence and the momentum to Perpetual. Because once they get their groove on and you miss the chance of gaining the momentum for yourself, they will bounce back, and just like that.
Yes, and another point ang nakuha nila mula dito sa depensa. Ang ganda ng timing nila. Actually, they've been really defending Poyos and Jurado. Another error given up by the Lady Altas. Thank you to Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. What an attack from Mary Rose Dapol.
And again, these combination plays are what works for our Lady Altases. A perfect receive and a very quick setup to Dapol. And you know, she was ready for that attack. You see her really gaining all of the momentum coming from her approach to give that perfect attack.
Yes, as we see substitutions for Coach Sanderieta. We have Jasmine Sapin coming in and Krisha Cordero. Carvalho will give this one to Jurado, and that is a point.
Great drop ball coming from Coronado. Let's see that once again. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Jurado.
Yes.
Pati ako na fake.
Good first ball. Sapin to Dapol. Omipon this time. Almost. That net was not in favor of the Lady Altas in that last sequence.
Again, the net can be your friend, but also your enemy sometimes. It's just a matter of that little bit of luck.
19-14. Sapin will set this one up to Dapol. Carvalho. Saisagula. Cross-court hit.
Saisagula finally showing presence here in today's match. You see her elevation. You know, that's what she's famous for, the three rookies. So let's see more of that later on.
At yun ang na-miss natin as Lady Altas calls for another timeout, and this is presented by Eurotel, the official hotel of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. You know, we missed a few of those actions coming from Sai Sagula at the beginning of this tournament.
Yeah, but now I feel like as soon as she warms up a little, and we are seeing her warm up a little, she will deliver those famous bakbakan.
Yan. Well, totoo yan. And yun na ang isa sa mga panlaban dito ni Coach Kung Fu. But still, they are in a comfortable lead. Anim ang hinahabol dito ng Lady Altas. This is game 2 of the bronze medal match where UST is taking the lead as they won game number 1. Power tip, courtesy of May Coronado.
Substitution, number 10, Cordero out. Number 6, Kiki Oriola A. Number 16, Sakin out. Number 9, Charmo Cado A.
The most trusted optical store now offers buy one, get one on all designer eyeglasses. Get our comprehensive eye exam to take care of your eyes. Visit us at Vision Express now. Good first ball. Miscommunication on the play. Carvalho, ganun din ang nangyari sa UST.
Yeah, they're trying to set up a combination play.
But it's Bedanya ending that rally, favoring the Lady Altas.
Good adjustment coming from Ariola, setting that up. Yun yung mga mahirap na set yung luluhod ka na because, you know, it's hard to actually estimate how high and how fast you'll give the ball. So that was a beautiful set.
Yes, you will also credit how Bedanya was able to adjust in that last frame. But in this last sequence, it's the Golden Tigresses earning a point. As they now leading 22 serving 15. Andal, binigay kay Omipon. That's too high for Sai Sagula. You have Omipon, Aldea, that time, plus the setter Ariola in front for the Lady Altas.
Beautiful serve coming from the Lady Altas though.
Omipon off the block. Nakuha yan ni Pepito. This time a drop did not work. From the middle, nakuha yan ng UST. But it's Poyo's version of a drop.
Asking for a check ball. Poyos actually tried to hit the hands of the blockers, but unfortunately, the Lady Altas has moved their hands away from getting a check ball.
Sharp serve. Carvalho with a drop. Omipon will try. And she scores.
So much power coming from this girl. And you see her, not the highest elevation when she spikes, but the power and the aim.
The timing
Yes.
also. Good first ball. Poyos. This time she will get that point.
This time adjusting, but still targeting the hands of the blockers to get the ball.
Umawi lang siya from her error earlier.
Great setup also from the other side of the net, coming from Cassie Carvalho.
Omipon from the middle.
And another combination play coming from Omipon and Ariola. You see that they're very familiar in delivering or executing this kind of play, that hindi sila natatakot. That even if you have two very
Blockers.
big blockers
Yes.
in front of you, they don't hesitate to really give all the power for that spike.
And that's you know how Omipon operates. Nakita na natin yan in the previous season of the Shakey Super League.
And again, Poyo scores. This time with no blocker, you really see the strength from her attacks in that point.
It's Angeline Poyos now stepping up as usual for Coach Kung Fu Reyes, the Golden Tigresses now at set point.
You actually notice her approach na medyo mabagal at the start, and then she explodes in the last 2 steps of her approach for that spike.
You know, explosive, no? With full swing. And doon nanggagaling yung strength or power ng kanyang atake. But the Lady Altas did save a point. Chance for UST. Good read by Abu, pero nakita yan ng Lady Altas. Good coverage. Omipon from the back. Too strong, and that error will give the Golden Tigresses their 25th point as they take on the first set. 25-20. We'll be right back for the second.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
We have a vision for everyone to have 2020 vision.
And a few years later, we're still pushing to make that dream into a reality.
Hearing this is a reminder to never forget where we came from.
And that's more than enough to push us to continue.
What started as a vision is now a mission that people believe in.
Super League National Invitationals is presented by Eurotel. Eurotel is the official hotel of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Looking back at set number 1, Richie, UST started strong, 5-0 at the onset. At syempre, you have Angeline Poyos leading the pack.
Well, it was a good and commendable performance for the first set. They both executed such great energies where the intensities of plays were there. UST getting an early lead, as you said, while Perpetual finding their momentum just a few moments later. We have the soft but successful touches coming from UST and Perpetual's blockings and combination plays that really set the tone for the first set.
Yeah, spot on with the defensive, being shown right there or shown by the Perpetual Lady Altas. But break down the numbers for us, Richie.
Well, in attacks, we have 12 for Perpetual and 15 naman for University of Santo Tomas. Not a big difference for blocks. We have equal numbers here for 3, but you really see the difference of the service aces that UST delivered as they are double 6-3 in comparison to Perpetual.
We'll see how Perpetual Lady Altas able to regain, probably kung makukuha ba nila o makakabawi sila for the second set.
Well, the first set wasn't that far, but what really mattered was the first few minutes of the game where UST really had that strong start of the game.
This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Service ace agad para sa UST. Almost. Good block. Ariola going to the other side. Another excellent defense at the net by UST.
And we know that Okado was one of the people who stepped up for Perpetual. So maybe that's why UST really trained and adjusted to focus on those players that they have to guard for this game.
Nakikita mo, no, ang ganda ng timing itong blockers ng UST. And as I say that, they get another point.
And these block points are actually what makes it very easy for them to gain points given that they are a bit taller than Perpetual.
That's a great serve. Pero naibalik yan ng Lady Altas. One hand set. One more try. Poyos. Excellent D by Pepito. Chance for the Lady Altas. Combination play. You like how diligent Mary Rose Dapol is when it comes to her offense. Hindi napapagod kahit sa kanya ibigay ng ibigay.
And the hesitation is not present at all when it comes to Ariola giving that combination play in the middle.
Well, that's a really good decision, I have to say. Kasi nga, basang-basa na ng blockers ng UST yung kanilang opensa. But this time,
sumagot
again,
naman.
Angeline Poyos with a kill from the middle.
Hindi daw pwede Perpetual lang ang nagko-combination play.
And that's an excellent attack coming from Betania.
So much grit coming from that attack. Let's see that once again. You see her actually going in zero tempo. Na inuunahan niya yung bola.
Yes. Gula off the block pero nakita yan ng Lady Altas. It's Mary Rose Dapol hitting from the open. No, this is a better start for the Lady Altas. Sa kanina, it was dominated by UST sa simula. Exchanges of points as Pia Abu again this time naman ang pupuntos para sa Golden Tigresses.
She actually hit that with her wrist and not her hand. But you know what? If the angle was there when she hit it, it still delivered to the part where the court didn't have any player guarding it.
Good timing for Coronado. Drop. From the opposite, nabasa ni Omipon. Another chance for UST. Good adjustment by Jurado.
Great effort coming from Perpetual. That was actually Dapol who went under the net to try and save that ball. But unfortunately, the ball was already out for the Perpetual Lady Altases.
Thank you to Victory Niner, the official Shakey Super League National Invitationals transport provider. Ariola, to Bedaya nakita yan ng UST. Ariola really has
She had the intention.
Yes, good intentions, but poor execution in that last sequence.
I feel like she really, that when she saw the blocker of Coronado, of course, of UST, a very tall player, she was a bit intimidated, but you know what? Her intention was there. It's just the matter of execution that set it apart.
You can see that Coronado was hit in the face sa lakas ng palo ni Mary Rose Dapol. But that's a good effort on the side of the Lady Altas. You see Mary Rose Dapol being all around for this part of the game. Check ball and UST getting their 8th point as we reach the first technical timeout. 4 ang hinahabol ng Lady Altas. This fun family pizza of the game is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery Order favorite thin crust pizza and Shaken and Mojo's now. Definitely, volleyball on a Saturday is a family thing. So you won't want to miss the finals game today, volleyball fans. Kaya kung malapit lang kayo dito sa Phil Hoyle, it's better to see these exciting games live. And to those of you watching online, of course, thank you for tuning in to the different social media pages of the Shakey Super League, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and also Plus Networks page, definitely.
But first, a service error coming from Regina Jurado.
That's coming from a technical timeout. Pero ito, back-to-back errors once again. The most trusted optical store now offers buy one, get one on all designer eyeglasses. Get our comprehensive eye exam to take care of your eyes. Visit us at the Vision Express now. Poyos, ganda nga basa doon ni Andal, binalik ni Omipon. Carvalho to Coronado, and Coronado getting a point from that running attack. Nakikita mo a bit hesitant pa si Coronado no, sa pagpasok niya doon sa play na yon, but still she was able to deliver.
I think we saw the hesitation when she jumped because she was going full force for a running attack, but I feel like she was still mistrusting the set of that running attack.
No, in that last frame, si Poyos ang na-confuse. Coronado attempted to get the second ball, pero naitulak ni Carvalho.
Just like to remind everybody to please avoid using flash photography when taking photos of videos.
As a setter, we have the thing that our coaches would often tell us that if you don't know who's going to get the second ball, it's you. So whatever happens, you really have to do everything in your power to get it.
Oh, you saw that block point. Excellent timing and no coverage for UST. That's Enrico.
I believe that's her first block point.
Rado from the opposite. Babawen, Lady Altas, and ibabayag ang UST.
Okado giving it her all in that attack. You see her really approach from the back, but Poyos was just really perfectly timed for that block.
Good first ball. Ariola. And another point. Okado nailing it just in the middle of the court of UST.
And that's what we like about our attackers, is that they vary their attacks. It's very important to know what kind of attack you need depending on how the other team is positioned to play their defense.
And you can see the maturity on the side of that time is Okado. But let's hear this report from Janine.
The Perpetual Lady Altas are aware of the odds they are up against in the form of the Golden Tigresses. And to that, Shyla Omipon says na kailangan nila maglaro ng buong tapang dahil magiging labanan to ng puso. Now for the 19-year-old Shyla, the work never stops because she wants to show what she's made of, and she plans to do that by taking it one tournament at a time and one game at a time. Now back to you, Richie and Sheila.
That has been, what the Lady Altas doing since nagsimula itong season na to. They've been showing heart, lalo na itong mga players ni Coach Sanderieta.
Once we spoke to them a while ago, 3 of the players, Dapol, Aldea, and Shai, had one thing in common, and that's just to play with your heart, to give it your all because it's there. Ilalabas mo na lang. But first, we see Trisha Abu with great net presence coming from
Abu, yes. Good defense na cover yan, pero it's Pia Abo taking control of that regalo. ito yung gusto mo sa mga players, you know, having that aggressiveness and really court presence. Na kanina pa na nakikita yan. That's almost a point for the Lady Altas. Tingnan natin if they can convert this time. That's an attack error committed by Okado.
Oh, that set was a bit too low for Okado's preference. That medyo yung pagka-clip niya sa bola, she was already below the net, so there was no point for Okado at that way.
Thank you, Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals.
That sounded like such a crisp attack coming from Dapol, and you know, mas maaasahan naman talaga si Dapol given that she was our highest pointer in the previous match.
She took control of that setup, especially she saw that there's only one blocker in front of her. Piabu was dug right there. Chance for the Lady Altas, Ariola. Debedanya using her left in that last sequence. Good defense by UST. Poyos from the back. And that is a violation called against the Lady Altas. Golden Tigresses leading by 5. But there seems to be a violation committed. Wrong server was called against UST. Our officials are double checking it. Coach Kung Fu approaching the table. Kung ganong mga violation, automatic point yon for the Lady Altas. So this is a very rare occasion, lalo na we've been watching them play since the first set, and yung mga ganitong illegal rotation definitely breaks the momentum of the team. But you know, UST having a 5-point lead in our second set.
But of course, it's still the momentum that will change, given that the past few sequences we had, it was actually a fast-paced return of
yung
performances.
Exchanges of attacks ang pinapakita nitong dalawang opponent natin. And that's a point for the Lady Altas, pero nasayang ni Mary Rose Dapol because of that error. Pupunta tayo sa second technical timeout. Lamang pa rin ang Golden Tigresses 16-11.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
And Mojos now. All smiles for our volleyball fans na nandito sa loob ng Philoil Eco Center. Get a chance to be one of the 3 winners of tickets for 2 for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. Scan the Mineski/QR code and try our online scratch and win. Online winners will need to present their /registration passport together with one ID for verification at the venue entrance for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals.
We see substitutions coming from the UST Golden Tigresses, and I guess this is the time that Coach Kung Fu is really trying to give confidence for his other players.
And I like the point of giving quality time to these players. Good effort by Sai Sagula, pero mas gandang effort naman ang pinakita ng Lady Altas. Pasok pa lang, puntos agad. That's Perdido.
And that's where we see the quality of Coach Kung Fu and UST's program. When we talked to him a while ago, it takes 1 to 2 years to hinihintay nila para mahinog yung mga players nila, and giving them chances in leagues like these or in games where they face worthy opponents. That's where they become always prepared to perform.
Yes, definitely, kahit individually marunong na. But let's see, Shaila Omipon just nailing it down. Dauntless kahit may mga blockers siya. As I was saying, kahit may individual skills na, itong mga players na to, they need to be familiar with the system ng bagong eskwelahan na pinapasukan nila. As this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Pepito hahabol. Back-to-back aces para kay Bedanya.
Rare scene coming from the UST Lady Golden Tigresses, given that they do have a pretty solid defensive line.
Pero ngayon, mas magandang reception for UST. And with a drop, Sai Sagula getting a point.
Great decision making coming from Sai Sagula. Even though she had 2 blockers in front of her, she knew that nobody was covering from behind ng Perpetual Lady Altas.
Yes, at ang layo na nung step sa kanya. Good adjustment as well for Sai Sagula. Gandang basa that time of the Lady Altas. And you have Charmaine Ocado. Thank you to Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Asi combination play. Perdido pero naiangat niya ng Lady Altas. Omipon. Coronado was there. Sa kabilang side naman,
heavily guarded from Jackson and Coronado of the Golden Tigresses.
And, this is what you like to see if you are the coach. As we take a look at that block point once again, lahat ng ipinapasok mo na players nakaka-deliver.
Coach Kung Fu did highlight that when he gives his players the time, it's their choice if they want to claim that opportunity to really make a name for themselves, because it's your time to shine now.
Exactly, time to shine. That's the word. Lalo na you have to maximize every opportunity given to you. As the Lady Altas gets a point from that attack error committed by UST.
Substitution. Number 9, Ocado out. Number 7, Cyril Alemaniana in for Perpetual.
Ocado replaced by Alemaniana.
Maybe we see that Coach Sandy is also taking chances for his other players.
Definitely. Good read by Kahasi. Perdido was blocked.
Beautiful block coming from the Perpetual Lady Altases.
Excellent timing as well. Babalik na si Horado at Carvalho. Replacing Perdido and Kaatsi. Dalawa na lang ang hinahabol dito ng Lady Altas. Shaila Omipon now at the service area.
Now we have to commend this girl for really performing very well and consistently at that point. And in this league, she was also mostly the main provider of points for her team.
But another provider for Coach Sandy Rieta is Mary Rose Dapo. Let's take a look. Goal combination play, and what a kill.
You see her actually approaching and jumping pretty far from the net. It was just her adjustment of the arm because the set was a bit near the net.
Well, it's only 1-point lead by the UST, kaya naman napatawag ng timeout si Coach Kung Fu Reyes, and this is presented by Eurotel, the official hotel of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals.
Tatlo spiker natin, wala tayong atake. Ikaw, hindi naman pwede tumaas yung ball. Lumayo, i-underhand mo. Ano ka, bata? Tinuturuan kayo mag-over ng overhand, di ba? Tiwala na kayo sa kasama nyo kasi kasama yan sa, sa proseso.
Golden
O, 3 puntos. Jonah, laman lang kayo tinulong dyan sa loob. Di na lang sa kayo ilalagay eh. Mas pipili mo ba?
We would commend the effort being shown here by the Lady Altas kasi isa na lang ang hinahabol nila, and now with that error,
It's a tied ball game.
first tie at 19. Parang hindi pa masaya si Coach Sandy dahil nakapunto sila that time as he gives instructions to Omipon. Excellent adjustment by Carvalho. Parang merong mata sa likod, seeing that empty space on the court of the Lady Altas.
For now that she's in the backline, she has 3 spikers in front, and given that Abu and Jackson and Jurado, a very strong and reliable front line for them. Perfect for them to have a bounce back in the latter parts of our second set.
Well, Ariola already apologizing to Coach Sandy because of that error. It really gave, Mary Dapol a difficult time to convert. It's the Lady Altas, calling this timeout dahil nakalamang na naman dito ang Golden Tigresses. But still, yung effort na pinakita nila para humabol dito. Well,
They also... sorry.
Go ahead.
No, they also took advantage of the substitutions UST was making, because that's when they really established their positions and got their composure to score the most points for their team.
On point yan dahil nga yung mga key players pinalitan,
Yes.
and what a way for them to maximize that chance, and they really did dahil nakatabla nga sila at 19 earlier. Carvalho now, again serving for the Golden Tigresses. Only leading by 2. Good first ball, Ariola will go this time to Dapol, but she was dug by Gula, too strong.
Dapol came out of nowhere for that attack. Let's see that once again. That was
Mary Rose
beautifully
Dapol
executed.
hammering it down. You love Mary Rose Dapol. Simula pa lang ng second set, talagang nagpapakita na siya, making scores or creating scores not only on offense but on defense. As Shaila Omipon, kitang-kita yung atake na yon. What an adjustment. That ball goes out. And point for Golden Tigresses. And, medyo matagal tong napahinga si Angeline Poyos. She's now back at the service area as they are leading here by 2. Ariola. And that is a point for Winnie Bedanya.
Beautiful quick play coming from Perpetual. I really have to give credit to Ariola for having the best familiarity with her spikers, especially her middle blockers. When she sets up a combination play or even the basic plays, parang memorize na kung ano yung tempo na gusto ng spiker niya. And that's very important if you want consistency in your attacks.
And when you say consistency, si Red Jurado ang pantapat dyan dito ni Coach Kung Fu Reyes. As you can see, this attack, now cross-court hit. You mentioned earlier Ariola maximizing yung attackers niya, and that what makes them unpredictable pagdating sa opensa dahil hindi mo alam kung sino sa kanila yung aatake. I mean, there's no one individual na talagang aasahan lang nila. It's just, how Ariola able to distribute the ball to her spikers evenly.
And that's the beauty of being a setter. You are the playmaker, meaning you orchestrate how the tempo and how your players and how you will give confidence to each of your spikers, given that that it will pass through you before it passes through anyone else.
Kaya napaka-crucial ng role ng ating mga setters, right, in any team, as they are actually anchoring of the offense.
Yeah, they are the most vocal. Them and the libero, of course.
Well, they have to be. Pero nakita natin itong si Ariola at saka si Carvalho, hindi ganun ka-ingay sa loob ng court.
Well, I guess you see it in their performances.
Yun ang gumagawa ng
Yes.
ingay. Exactly. That's a good run by Ariola. Chance for UST. Carvalho goes to Gula. She's denied. And that time, Rich Jurado says, I won't be stopped.
Reg Jurado actually jumping very far from the net. That was in the attack line already, but she was still able to adjust herself to what kind of attack will work, given that she has two blockers in front of her.
It's a UST again at set point. Dapoy was rejected. Ariola, bibigay sa kanya again. And that goes out.
Dapol actually adjusting herself to aim for that zone 5 part of the court of UST, but unfortunately that sailed out.
And with that error, it's again UST capping off, taking this set. They are now leading 2-0. We'll be back for the third.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
We have a vision for everyone to have 2020 vision.
And a few years later, we're still pushing to make that dream into a reality.
Hearing this is a reminder to never forget where we came from. And that's more than enough to push us to continue.
What started as a vision is now a mission that people believe in.
Shakey Super League National Invitationals is presented by Eurotel. Eurotel is the official hotel of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Set number 2, no better performance for the Lady Altas. Dahil nakita nga natin itong mga atake. This time it was Mary Rose Dapol again being aggressive here sa second set.
But of course, we have UST who fell short a bit in the middle of the second set, but eventually bounced back once everyone gained their composure. Once again, you see them having their combination plays and better adjustment for their defensive line as well.
Yes, this is the first time, or that was the first time na tumabla ang itong dalawang kuponan na to at 19. But, you know, when Coach Kung Fu Reyes brought back Walca Carvalho again, and that they won, as you see the numbers here.
Well,
Richie.
again, we see the similarities of their attacks and blocks, but you really see how close the game was, given that their numbers are very close to one another.
Exactly. At yun nga ang inaasahan natin sa Lady Altas as we begin this third set. This is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Well, we were expecting that the Lady Altas will really try, to be more aggressive. But it's the Golden Tigresses continues to roar nung second set. Sa Apin, Ocado will give it to UST. Carvalho to Jurado off the block. And yes, she will score.
Easy points coming from the UST Golden Tigresses for the set 3. And you see that all of the sets that we've been seeing, UST has remained consistent when it comes to really providing the intensity of their energies inside of the court.
Almost a point for the Lady Altas. But they will try again. And this time they are successful. And that is courtesy of Ocado. Combination play, Ocado rising up to the occasion.
And again, I think it's really become their sweet play to convert free balls into combination plays.
Solo block by Aldea.
Although USC trying to provide the same combination play, Perpetual, of course Aldea with great net presence blocking that ball and gaining a point from the middle of the court.
Sharp serve right there. Poyost na ibalik pa. Sapin. Ibigay sa likod. Carvalho to Jurado. Solid D by the Lady Altas.
Poyos from the back, finding that line. It was a perfect line ball.
No, Mary Rose Dapol surprised.
Yes.
They're surprised. Let's see this replay.
It was a very long shot.
Yeah, definitely it was.
For that to hit the line, it was very difficult for her to execute, given that she also jumped far from the front line.
Sapin to Aldea, and Aldea babawi naman ng ganong kabilis.
Speaking to her a while ago, she said she isn't expecting to win, but she had the heart to win and to really show that they are worthy to be here in this league.
No, they actually have been proving, everybody, di ba, na nabanggit natin yan simula pa lang. They're the only NCAA team, to reach the quarterfinals in the previous Shakey Super League. Ngayon, nasa finals ulit sila.
And they are the ones who beat the back-to-back NCAA champions, the CSD Lady Blazers. So, I really think that they should have more confidence in themselves because their coach always emphasizes how they should just play the way they are because the skills and the training will always be there.
And joining this tournament is definitely a big help for them to their upcoming mother leagues, as we thank Victory Liner, the official Shakey Super League National Invitationals transport providers. Gula down the line. Again, this is game 2, where UST leads the series 1-0. They won against the Lady Altas in straight sets. Last time, as a point is gained by Enrico.
A while ago, Enrico was giving us a lot of help coming from her blockings, but this time she attacks and she proves that she is a player na maaasahan mo talaga sa loob ng court.
Now you can see it's a team effort. Now Osis was surprised that she was blocked. And Asai Sagula just telling her, kalma, kalma, kalma.
Bakit kaya kalma? Maybe she's seeing that it's a bit tense
Well,
inside the court.
this is the first time that she is, she is
Yeah.
inside the court.
I
Kaya
guess they
naman
want-
siguro,
yeah.
diba, nasa harapan pa siya.
really guiding to adjust to how the energy is inside of the court. Of course, they want to move as one, and they want to pull up any players that need help.
Yes, we are tied at 6 for the third set. Dapol with a drop, and she was sure she'll get a point.
With a big smile on her face, she really saw that coming for her.
Smart move by Mary Rose Dapol. The Lady Altas actually leads by a point. Over reception. Omipon. Off speed. Carvalho running attack to Osis. That's Bacalso rather. And another attack error committed by UST. It's the first time that the Lady Altas having a 2-point lead as we head on to our first technical timeout. Favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now, as they will definitely have a great time, with their pizza watching our game. Pero ito, pasok muna kay Janine for this report.
Coach Yanni reminded the Golden Tigresses in the huddle earlier na huwag kayong magpabaya, end game yan. And those words are taking effect now as the girls in yellow are trying to regain the lead. Meanwhile, throughout this tournament, Coach Kung Fu notes that Regina Jurado is becoming more deadly on the court and her decisions are more mature, and those two things are the makings of another household name for the Golden Tigresses. Now back to the panel.
2 points that I like in that report. Yung una, huwag maging kampante. This is what we've been saying, na hindi pa tapos ang laban, not until they reach a 25th point. So although they are leading by 2 sets, hindi dapat sila mag-relax.
And of course, giving highlight to Regina Jurado, who was actually very complimented by Coach Kung Fu from the improvement she had from the previous seasons to now that she's maturing up into one of the players of USC who is stepping in, because during crunch time, she's actually the percentage spiker that Coach Kung Fu assigns to the girls.
Well, you mentioned percentage. On the side of the Lady Altas, we are seeing Mary Rose Dapol really delivering for Coach Sanderieta. And I like what these two coaches, sinasabi nila paulit-ulit that they trust their players, in making their decisions, on the floor and showing maturity, and wala nang takot every time.
Speaking of trust, we spoke to Aldea a while ago, and we asked her a highlight of her career. And she was saying that during her first year in college, bangku siya. And hindi siya sanay because all throughout her high school years, she was actually one of the players who yung maaasahan talaga.
And that's what she is, displaying here for Coach Sanderieta. At ang nabanggit mo, maaasahan in the previous sequence, it was actually again Jurado delivering for Coach Kung Fu Reyes. Deadlock again at 9. Sapin combination play do Dapol drop to the back, pero gandang basa ni Angeline Poyos. Andal to the opposite. Excellent defense at the net. Another chance for the Lady Altas. What an effort displayed here by UST. And that time,
beautiful play coming from the Lady Altases, and I have to give credit to Andal. She is very known to be very resilient inside of the court. She really knows where to read the spikers of the other side of the court so that she can deliver the first ball to her setters, and that's exactly what she did for that perfect play coming from the Lady Altas.
You like the patience that the Lady Altas is showing. Sayang. Yung kuha doon ni Andal because of miscommunication between Dapol and Umipon.
But first, let's take a look at that attack coming from Saizagula all the way from the pipeline.
Kahit malayo sa net yung setup sa kanya, yung power, no, hindi nagbabago. And that's a good adjustment for a Saizagula.
You do not want to create mistakes such as service errors, because once you give the opportunity to the other team to really bounce back, it may be dangerous for you as well.
Thank you to Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals.
Beautiful setup coming from Cassie Carvalho.
I like your expression, Richie. Pero, you know, it's really Reg Jurado nailing it down. Exact setup, you know, the distance of that ball to the net, just enough for Jurado, to hit that ball hard. Pero hindi naman nagpahuli this time ang Lady Altas as they get another point from the middle, and at that time is Enrico.
But first, another service error coming from this set.
No, that's a good read on the side of UST. Parang alanganin no? Hindi yung sigurado kung out or in, but definitely nabasa yon nitong girls ni Coach Kung Fu. Sapin this time goes to Enrico once again. But UST able to defend the net that time. Saizagula serving for the Golden Tigresses. Omipon down the line, too wide. That's back-to-back points earned by UST. Sharp one. Omipon from the middle.
And again, this same combination play that has been working for the girls in maroon.
Shaila Omipon nailing it down. You like the attitude of this girl. Pero, after earning a point, she committed an error.
But you know what, let's give credit to that combination play. Talking to her a while ago, she said, trust yourself that you can do it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because they are inevitable and that's how you learn. And you see the character of this player. And given that she's a rookie, she is showing such maturity.
Yeah, and that's another player na hindi natakot, in that last sequence. Pumuntos galing sa gitna. And the Lady Altas only down by a point here. But service is, we are now tied again at 15. Enrico at the service area. Carvalho.
Great first ball coming from Pepito. Although I feel like Cassie Carvalho misset that in terms of the height she was about to give. It kind of slipped off her hands and it rolled. So her middle spiker was unable to adjust to that set.
It's the Lady Altas again having a 1-point lead. Second technical timeout po tayo.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
Perpetual Eco Oil Center as we see the numbers of Mary Rose Dapol, 12 points, 11 attacks, and an ace. Idagdag mo pa yung kanyang magandang performance. Ngayong laro, second set pa lang. Get a chance to be one of the 3 winners of tickets for 2 for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. Scan the Mineski Splash QR code and try our online scratch and win. Online winners will need to present their Slash registration passport together with one ID for verification at the venue entrance for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. Abu now is back, replacing Bacalso. It's the Lady Altas on top by 2. Carvalho bibigay kay Abu. Running attack pero naiangat yan ng Lady Altas as Dapol just hit that ball towards the net. The setter of Coach Kung Fu Reyes commits an error at the service area. Thank you to Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League National Invitational. Carvalho setting this one to Poyos. She is blocked.
This time, medyo naaabangan na ng Lady Altas yung mga binibigay na place ni Cassie Carvalho. Poyos couldn't do anything given that her blockers were already very positioned at that point.
Well, you have Aldea, Dapol, and Ocado in front. So, kailangan nilang ma-maximize yan.
Yes, very aggressive frontliners for our ladies in maroon.
Poyos tried again but she is rejected. Jurado will try pero naiangat yan dito ni Dapol. Sapin to Omipon from the back.
It was too far for her to adjust and convert into a pipeline attack. Would have been best to just give it as a free ball and get ready or prepare themselves for a combination play coming from UST.
The Golden Tigresses trailing by 2 as Sapin will give this one to Dapol. Blocked but a good coverage once again, and this time she made sure that she will get a point. Mary Rose Dapol, powerful hit. Back-to-back points, and still it's Dapol. So far, the biggest lead for the Lady Altas. Coach Kung Fu Reyes now calls for timeout.
Ano naman yung nararamdaman yung negative? Wala namang sinasabing di maganda ang coach eh. Lahat naman na nire-remind sa inyo para sa inyo. Yung para sa inyo, gawin nyo naman para sa team. Hindi yung puro ang na-memorize lang natin yung sorry. Master na natin yung sorry. Pero this time, kailangan nyo lang bumalik. I-lose nyo lang yung tension. Sinasakal na kayo ng tension yung sarili nyo eh.
And from that timeout, we'll see how Golden Tigresses will respond. As Aldea becoming aggressive in that last sequence, and they will get another point.
We have to give credit to how she really went in with full confidence to get that point. You know what we were saying a while ago, her second year in college, she was actually, there was a match that she was put.
Before you continue that's again Aldea.
Again with this girl. You know how she gained her confidence was there was a match where it was the last point of her opponent.
The most trusted optical store now offers buy one, get one on all official designer eyeglasses. Get our comprehensive eye exam to take care of your eyes. Visit us at Vision Express now.
No, what we were saying was that there was a game where the opponent was at their last point, match point, and she was put in and made an error. And I guess that's what she didn't want to happen again. That's what gave her confidence and really did her best to improve.
Yes, not really a good time for UST to commit an error, consecutively, because that's automatic point for the Lady Altas, and you would have to commend, the effort being exhibited here by these girls of Coach Sanderieta. They are now at set point as Sai Sagula denied at the net, and that ball just fell on the line. It's the Lady Altas winning this over UST. 2-1 is our score, and the Lady Altas now winning their first set. We will be back for the fourth.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
We have a vision for everyone to have 2020 vision.
And a few years later, we're still pushing to make that dream into a reality.
Hearing this is a reminder to never forget where we came from. And that's more than enough to push us to continue.
What started as a vision is now a mission that people believe in.
Shakey Super League National Invitationals is presented by Eurotel, the official hotel of the Shakey Super League National Invitational.
Now looking at the set 3 highlights, we see that both teams actually had a very strong start, but UST led for the first parts of the third set with very aggressive attacks. Although when it comes to the middle part where Perpetual actually caught up with them, they gained the confidence and the composure inside the court that was led, of course, by Aldea, that cost them that win for the third set.
This is what I've been mentioning, na napaka-unpredictable ng Lady Altas. They are able to show more aggressiveness looking at the numbers for third set. Richie.
Exactly, and we see that in the blocks that they produced in the third set in comparison to the UST Golden Tigresses with only 1, but Perpetual having 5, and the service aces 7-4 of UST.
Well, we saw, the Lady Altas really can deliver. Nakita natin yan sa depensa, and that girl, really step up doon sa part na yon where she was needed the most for them to close out that set. As we begin, our fourth set, and this is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
And again, during crunch time and the crucial parts of each game, you see the players na maaasahan mo. Because of course, that's where the pressure comes in when the match is already over, and they step up to really turn things around for their team.
That's Sapin giving to Dapol with the drop. Pepito to Poyos. Blocked, but that ball goes out.
Sai Sagula was actually prepared to cover for that defense, but it sailed out, so good job for them.
Carvalho against Sapin. Will give to Aldea pero nakuha yan. Pipito sa kabila naman ibibigay. And Red Jurado, too strong of an attack.
Beautiful set coming from Pepito, given that that was an underhand set. Although Regina Jurado, given that she is a lefty, she has the opportunity to hit it down the line, but too much angle for her at that point.
And that is the first service ace from Dapol. Good first ball this time. Naiangat pa yan. Umipon off speed. Good coverage. You would like that aggressiveness by Jurado in front.
It's actually a risk to jump that near the net, especially when the set is already a bit shaky. But you know, seeing that Red Jurado is one of the percentage spikers na you really see her having the better approach and stepping up for her team.
Also an advantage, lalo na pag lefty siya at sa opposite sinet yung bola. So magiging mas madali para sa left-handed kapag doon napunta.
Of course, she has the option to have it easy for her, especially coming from the right side of the court.
Nice put up there by Aldea. Carvalho setting this one to Pia Abo, and that's a powerful attack. And Enrico was not able to defend the net. And that's the power of coming from the fans of UST, cheering from the sidelines. Another combination play, Jurado ending that rally.
Beautiful play coming from the Golden Tigresses. Let's see that once again.
Jurado rising from the middle.
No hesitation. Mas nauna pa siya dun sa bola pumasok. And you see that the Lady Altas' blockers were actually late for that play already. But first, a service error coming from Abu, now giving Okado the chance to score more points for her team.
No, that's the second service error so far of UST for this set. Off speed. Kinuha yan ni Andalo Mipon. Ibinalik. Carvalho. Tugula. Denied. Poyos from the middle. Sapin to Omipon.
Full force on that attack coming from Shyla Omipon. Given that she has very tall blockers in front of her, she had no hesitation to give her all for that attack, causing that ball to really sail out on her part. Although we have Coronado on the other side, just tipping the ball over.
Na-miss hit niya yung bola, tumama lang sa tip ng fingers niya. And
you see the facial expression that she wasn't expecting that kind of attack.
But they will take it. It's still a point. Bit of miscommunication, pero na tawid yan ng Lady Altas.
How prepared was Poyos for that attack? And sumagot naman dito ang Perpetual.
Good defense right there. Sai Sagula hits that cross court.
Beautiful angle coming from Sai Sagula. That set was coming from the back, which actually makes it more difficult for her to read and adjust herself to where she will jump. But she still really found that sweet spot in the air to perfectly time that attack.
Definitely na-miss yan ng maraming, I think, volleyball fans ng UST, mga atake na gano'n ni Sai Sagula.
Medyo binabantayan niya siya in this game. So it's nice to see her really adjusting herself na she knows will be good for her squad. And again, Sai Sagula scoring for the Golden Tigresses with the best adjustment you can see.
And from that setup, makita mo, she just hit that in a different direction.
I don't think it even was a setup, and the intention wasn't to set her up, but she still adjusted very well.
Over receive and Poyos.
With great net presence. You know, she isn't the tallest of spikers, so for her to really go in with full confidence, her leap is just as high as her other teammates who actually are towering over her.
Thank you to Victory Liner, the official Shakey Super League National Invitationals transport providers.
Great setup coming from Omipon.
An excellent defense by UST. Carvalho to Poyos! At napatayo po si Richie from that attack. It's Angeline Poyos. We'll see. Nailing it cross court.
Those are the kinds of attacks that will leave you speechless.
Definitely.
Because she comes out of nowhere.
It's UST 2-point lead, first technical timeout. You are watching Game 2. It's a UST and the Lady Altas set number 4. Nakuha po ng Lady Altas ang third set. And you have these girls in yellow now leading.
I believe a referee found a touch.
There's a touch,
in
yes.
Andal's shoulder or sa braso yata.
Baka sa braso. And that's services for Sai Sagula. A short one this time. Nabantayan niya ng blockers ng UST. Open sa ang Lady Altas.
Oh, great
Poyos.
setup coming from Cassie Carvalho, but beautifully guarded by the Lady Altas at that point.
Good adjustment by Poyos. It's solid block. That's a Sapin together with
Enrico
in front. Earlier, drop pero nakita yan ni Andal. Jurado off speed, and that will work for UST. You like the contact and control of Red Jurado from the opposite. Coronado now serves for UST. Sapin, bibigay kay Andalen. Oh, that's Dapol.
Regina Jurado all the way from the back of the court. Dapol really Dapol went full force for that attack, but I feel like she was a bit farther from the net for her to clip her wrist to try and get a shorter ball.
And we would like to thank the Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. It's Aldea this time, pero good effort by UST. But that point will be awarded to the Lady Altas. Well, let me turn over to Janine for this report.
The Lady Altas are continuing to defy the odds here in the fourth set. And Richie and Sheila, you mentioned Aldea gaining confidence, and earlier she told me she wants to be remembered as a player na may puso maglaro, which is a common theme shared by the rest of the girls in red. They have always told me that they want to show na kaya nila makipagsabayan, and they are making a testament here just by making it this far into the game. Now back to you, Richie and Sheila.
Definitely, they are showing us, kung anong kalibre meron sila for this part of the game. And, they are able to win set number 3, extending this game too. So anything is possible for these girls of Coach Sanderieta.
Nakabantay na ang blockers ng UST, but you know what? Once it's a combination play coming from the Lady Altas, they really come in with full confidence and full smiles on that photo.
Well, it's a team effort on their side. No, isa na lang dito ang hinahabol nila. And Sapin is, steady. No, kanina pa, also maximizing the attacker she has. Cross-court attack, pero naiangat dito ng UST. Almost a point. Gandang depensa that time ng Lady Altas. Carvalho to Poyos.
A very low set coming from Cassie Carvalhos, but Poyos was just perfectly timed for that attack. She came in with the ball
Connection.
coming as fast
Yes. The connection between Poyos and Carvalho in that last sequence.
We have to give credit because it takes a while for you to be so familiar with how your spiker and your setter will communicate inside of the court without speaking.
And this time, chance for UST. That's an easy point for Poyos. She's making volleyball look so easy.
That point actually reminded me of Aragalang. You know how she faces the opposite side of the court, but actually directs her hand to the zone. Down the line.
Good D at the net. Sapin sa kabila naman. And the apple earning a point off the block.
Breaks the walls of UST.
Lady Altas trailing by 2. Setting this one to Poyos from the middle. Excellent defense by Dapol. A drop at nabasa that time ni Sapin, pero hindi na yan naitawid ng Lady Altas.
Right in the middle, coming from Reg Jorado.
Angeline Poyos becoming really consistent for Coach Kung Fu Reyes. Omipon. Jurado. She was dug. But that's just too far for Andal to pick up.
What a crisp attack coming from Regina Jurado. And once she gets her groove on, there's really no stopping her from every time she is given a point.
Dun talaga na yung tunog nung hampas sa bola, makikita mo how solid yung contact ng kamay sa bola, and that's what we have been seeing kay Regina Jurado. Pupunta tayo sa second technical timeout. UST having a 5-point lead.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
Get a chance to be one of the 3 winners of tickets for 2 for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. Scan the Minesi/QR code and try our online scratch and win. Online winners will need to present their /registration passport together with one ID for verification at the venue entrance for the Shakey Super League Grand Finals. We are still here at Philoy Eco Oil Center. Sheila Salaysay alongside Richie Cordero and Janine Sakal bring you the action of Game 2, UST and the Lady Altas for the bronze medal match. UST leading the series, and Lady Altas trying to extend this one, but we will see as UST gaining another point. now leading by 6. Sapin to Aldea, rejected. Andal's turn, pero nakuha ni Pepito. Setting this one to Gula.
Small but terrible is what Ken and I used to describe Saiza Gula, because she comes out of nowhere with the best intensity and aggressiveness coming from such a girl that is so passionate with the sport of volleyball.
We would like to thank Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Another violation called against the Lady Altas, automatic point awarded to UST. But it's a service error given up by Angeline Poyos. Good first ball, Carvalho setting that one up again.
When I said Jurado, when I said no stopping her, there really is no stopping her.
Reg Jurado with a hammer in that attack.
The blockers of Perpetual was actually faked. They were tricked with the play that Cassie Carvalho produced in that previous sequence.
And we have to give credit sa magandang first ball initially for them to create such an excellent play. As you know, an error again was committed. Aggressiveness at the net for UST. And they are at a comfortable lead here. 21 serving 12. It's Pia Abu at the service area. Sapin to Omipon. Good pick up by Angeline Poyos. Sai Sagula was dug by Dapol. Poyos to Gula. That's a tough angle. Good effort by Sapin, pero hindi yan naitawid ng Lady Altas. And nakita mo kanina, Sai Sagula just making the most of that setup. Now, she was very careful not to commit an error. 10-point lead by the Golden Tigresses. Sapin. Miscommunication. It's Uy with an attack error.
With the amount of errors that Perpetual is actually committing, it seems that their composure inside of the court is a bit lost in this fourth set.
The most trusted optical store now offers buy one, get one on all designer eyeglasses. Get our comprehensive eye exam to take care of your eyes. Visit us at Vision Express now. In that last sequence, it's Alem Anyana gaining a point for her team. We'll see how UST respond as Sapin set this one up to the open. Chris Milan Villar was blocked earlier and no coverage on the side of the Lady Altas. It's UST already at match point. You know, the question we had earlier is will the Golden Tigresses end today and you know, secure the bronze medal finish? We will see. Sapin, this one setting that, and the Lady Altas commits another attack error. And yes, it's official. It's the UST Golden Tigresses, you know, securing the bronze medal finish in this tournament. Richie.
You know, it was a very, very intense match coming from both of our teams, with them giving it their all for this bronze medal match. We saw that Perpetual really put out their full effort to match UST's intensities, but UST just dominating with composure and maturity inside of the court.
And let's not forget the effort displayed here by the Lady Altas. You know, they've been saying that they played with heart. At yun nga yung nakita natin sa laro na to dahil naipanalo nila yung third set. Pero hindi yun sapat, you know, for them, you know, to extend this one to a fifth as they have committed a couple of errors towards the end of the fourth set. 25-13 is our score, and it's UST, you know, securing that bronze medal for this season. We will be right back for our MVP of the match and the highlights of the game.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
We have a vision for everyone to have 2020 vision.
And a few years later, we're still pushing to make that dream into a reality.
Hearing this is a reminder to never forget where we came from. And that's more than enough to push us to continue.
What started as a vision is now a mission that people believe in.
We present to you our MVP of the match, and this best player of the match is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. You know, both teams really showed team effort on the side of UST. We've witnessed a lot of contributions coming from all the players of Coach Kung Fu Reyes, but this girl really stood up for this match. Richie, who is our MVP of the match?
Of course, we have Poyos for our MVP of the match. You know, she really delivered the most commendable points for her team in defense, in blockings, in service, and of course, her powerful attacks that really left everyone here in awe.
And Angeline Poyos is now with Janine at the sidelines.
We have here our Shakey's MVP of the match, Angeline Poya. So Angeline, congratulations to you and the UST Golden Tigresses for being the bronze medalist for the Shakey's Super League National Invitationals. Now I have to ask you, you struggled quite a bit in the third set, which resulted in a win for the Lady Altas. Paano kayo nag-adjust?
Siyempre, una-unang in-adjust namin yung communication namin sa loob ng court kasi nung second set, bigla kaming tumahimik. And second is yung first ball namin. Parang pinaganda namin yung pasa namin, yung first ball namin para magkaroon kami ng play.
And indeed, all those adjustments led to your win. Now, you have been consistently named as the MVP of the match. How does that help your confidence as a rookie?
Siyempre po, madaming nawala sa team namin. And as a rookie po, need ko po mag-step up. Kasi hindi naman sasabing rookie lang yan. Walang may bubuga. So, need ko pong mag-step up talaga.
At ang dami mo ngang naibuga sa tournament na ito. Now, do you have any message for anyone who is supporting you today?
Thank you po sa sumusuporta sa UST Women's Volleyball Team, kina Doc De Lima, Doc Punsalan, and kina Sir Chris, Sir Arnel, and sa mga family ko po na nasa ball ngayon. Thank you po, ingat po kayo.
I'm sure all those people are very proud of you. And because because of that, you get to enjoy all these gifts from Shakey's. So once again, congratulations, Angeline, and to the UST Golden Tigresses. Now I turn it back to you, Richie and Sheila.
What a game displayed by our two teams, and again, congratulations to Angeline Poyo. She continues to be a leader and take charge on the offense of UST as we take a look on what transpired in our game today, Richie. First set, strong start for UST, 5-0 sa simula. Pero ito nga, and it was Poyos becoming the leader for this time, and also we've seen contributions coming from Regina Horado and a bit of Coronado sa gitna. 25-20 is our score for the first. Second set, Richie.
Oh, well, both of them started with a stronger start, and of course, we saw na lumamang din.
First time for the Lady Altas and UST to be a deadlock, and that was at the 19th point. And this is a better performance being displayed by Perpetual on the side of UST. We've seen Jackson Kaasi Perdido, having some time on the floor, but it was, actually Dapol taking charge of offense for Coach Asanderieta.
Okay, now in the set 3, we see that both teams were so intense starting up, but we also had a bit of substitutions for this match during the middle part of the set, which actually caused Perpetual to gain that momentum and maximize their chance to provide excellent attacks.
Exactly, and this is the first time for the Lady As as well to lead the game, and they have been doing that the whole time. That's why they are able to take over and win that set 25-17. And on the fourth, dito na hindi na nagpahuli itong Golden Tigresses, as they take charge sa umpisa pa lang, and definitely we've seen, Poyos again, delivering for Coach Kung Fu Reyes. On the other side, Lady Altas, it's Mary Rose Dapol, becoming an all-around player for Coach Asanderieta. A glimpse of Sai Sagula also was witnessed in the fourth set, and 25-13, that's how this set ended between these two teams. And again, we want to commend itong dalawang koponan natin, but before that, let's look at the numbers, Richie.
We see a very great difference coming from the attacks of UST and Perpetual that actually came from the fourth set, where UST dominated with their beautiful combination plays, but we have Perpetual leading in blocks 11-8, and aces naman coming from UST 19-17, and very similar, actually equal amounts of errors coming from both teams.
Yes, and dun sa huling set nga, medyo it was UST taking control as we see our playoffs bracket, Richie. And for our bronze medal match, UST winning this series 2-0, and they are now the official third runner-ups of our tournament. And up next, definitely another question that we want an answer. Are we going to crown a new champion today, or can De La Salle Lady Spikers stay alive and extend the series to a Game 3? Yan po ang ating aabangan on behalf of our courtside reporter Janine Sakat and Richie Cordero. This has been Sheila Salaysay. And dyan lamang po kayo, the gold medal match is coming up next.